Part 2. Now maybe I'll read the list this time. Mandate, not the man. Let's see what the mandate was. It was to repeal Obamacare. It was tax cuts for us, Immigration reform and enforcement. The wall. To decapitate ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Al-Qaeda, Al-Nusra, the Free Syrian Army, Stop funding them and kill the head choppers. That's what I mean. Decapitate ISIS. Okay. And back out of foreign entanglements. Decapitate ISIS is our responsibility, for it is the creation of terrible foreign policies. But by doing that, you begin to show that you really mean business, and then that you're ready to negotiate with the rest of the world and stop at these foreign entanglements. Because these foreign entanglements, they're not driven by the American people. And this is a sovereign republic, y'all. And it's not run by the Rothschilds or any committee outside of the United States elected officials. We've allowed the NATO strong-arm military-industrial complex, along with the policing, being the policing arm of the UN, to just keep us like in bases and in entanglements all around the world. No wonder people think of us as an empire or a tyranny. Come on. We're in Alice in Wonderland if you're not seeing that. So anyway, on that subject, put China in its place. Listen, you want to do business? Do you want to sell your plastic products in our freaking country? We're going to have to be on a co-equal playing field, or we're not going to do it. Bilateral with China, and just say, look, you are, in the manipulation of your currency, that is trade war. That is war. And back off here in these Spratly Islands, because all of my folks over here are not liking it. Taiwan, Philippines, etc. Japan. Come on. China, back off of your human rights abuses. You cannot imprison people for their religious beliefs and steal their organs while they're living. Okay? That is a terrible human rights practice. You cannot have your elite eating children in tin foil. See what I'm saying? You can't spew out pollutants. If we're not going to be able to spew out any pollutants, nobody wants to spew out pollutants, but why is it better for China to do it? So we're not going to participate with you, China, until you get some of these things right. What about putting China in its place? How many times did China did we hear Mr. Trump say? All right, moving forward. Bilateral trade deals with everybody. Back out all of these big freaking conglomerate deals. NAFTA. What? NAFTA? All right. Bring back American jobs. Now, I'm not going to say that that's failed yet. There may be a little bit here. But focus on economy, not war. We're talking, if you are a business leader and you really do want to make good deals for America, focus on economy, not war, because you've already been sold down the river with this Syrian thing, or you said one thing to the little third grade, common person of the United States, and then another thing to Assad and Russia. You called them up and say, hey, you know what? This is a crazy propaganda stunt. It's going to help me get out a whole lot of stuff, and it's going to take care of us getting some resources in there, helping you guys out. I don't know what the back room deal was. I almost feel like he made the call and said, look, I'm going to bomb this place. Make sure you're not there. But it makes it look like we bombed a sovereign country, which is an illegal act. So however you want to do it, the thinkers are pissed because the thinkers are seeing that this craziness that's going on over there, is not a correct thing to be involved in. And then all the wartards are wanting war. So that was not a good thing. So stop focusing on war. I think you're getting rope-a-doped over there in China. If you pull that big armada over there, I don't think China's going to back you up militarily. And Russia and China have been doing drills I've been watching for a long time. They're doing mass drills together in ocean and sea, sea drills there, even in the South China Sea. And whatever this phantom menace is that is North Korea, which I don't even really believe it even exists. It could be a hegemonic propaganda stunt, that was set up between the UN, China, and the United States in the armistice agreement. So anyway, focus on economy. That's what you know, right? You know economy. Not war. These other generals, McMasters, all these guys, they're going to send you down the globalist river. They didn't get there, and they're yes mans. They didn't survive Obama's purges by not following the same puppet masters. So less power given to NATO and to UN. I remember this was a big part of your campaign, how you were going to make NATO responsible for more money, and the other people were going to be, and that we weren't going to be so subject to NATO and their wishes. I mean, they've done a lot of interesting things around Russia. And UN, why do we have to? The Libyan action was never ratified through the Senate, but the UN said it was a good thing, and we did it because of the UN. We're not supposed to have a UN over top of the United States. All right, I got to hurry up here. We want to drain the swamp. Remember that? Arrest Hillary. Remember that? I'm not even going down that road. But those were big, important promises. And let me end up like this. You said you would listen to the voice of the common man. So I'm asking you to give us, the common man, authoritative, honest, and adult answers on subjects like chemtrails or geoengineering, however you want to put it. On 9/11, we all know that 9/11 was a joke. We all know it, but we don't know the real story. And come on, black budgets since Eisenhower and more, you have now, if you were really for the American people and an American person, you would be a conduit to allowing us to understand where our money's been going in these black budgets. And there's so many other things you could expose and disclose to us who are waking up to being sovereign individuals in our thought processes, who are waking up to understanding what's really going on a global scale, and we really want someone to talk to us as adults and not children. And that's why the MSM has no followers. And here we go. Stop spying on us. We're all doing the best we can. We're doing what we do. Every human being on this earth's got their vices. Stop blackmailing us. Stop spying on us. Get your fucking fingers out of our education system. Get your fingers out of all kinds of things. Get your fingers out of my phone. Get your ears out of my phone. Fuck you. I mean, pardon my language, but stop spying on us. Sorry, I get so mad and turn around and say this. And above all, place God and the Constitution first. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about make sure to have a good alliance with the churches. No, like that God that's in your heart, Trump, that kept you honest in times in your life, that kept you going in the right direction, and that divine providence. And anybody, for that matter, trust in God, that one that's in your heart that connects to the greater spirit that you connect with. And then trust the Constitution, because those guys, they were doing some praying and some heavy debating and some vigorous debating to come up with a pretty good framed idea that could coalesce us as a nation, even in these times of trial. So keep God in the Constitution first, and I know there's a lot more. So God help us. So again, it's a mandate, not the man. All of you who have been rebel media, all you that have been on the outside looking in and have got popularity because you actually wanted to jump on the Trump train for the mandate, and you got caught up defending the man versus Antifa and various other Soros-funded groups and mainstream media, Rothschild and big banker elite. Look, let's not get duped because we got balkanized. Let's remember to put our focus and our weight behind the mandate, not the man. Peace, y'all.